What it do, y'all? We got another reaction video. This is from the content creator for Purpose Driven Man. Let them assume. I was definitely watching his videos on the road. He got a good content. If you want to get your mind right, hey, he's definitely good for that one. Let's see what he got here.
You gotta just let them assume, man. You know, it's your life. It's not their life. They don't know what you got going on for real. And the more that you keep thinking about it, the more that you keep thinking about what people gonna think of you or what you got going on, the less of you that you're gonna be. You gonna just keep being who other people want you to be. You never really gonna think about yourself. Always just gonna keep thinking about what other people want you to be, man. Who other people want you to be, man. And that's no way to live. So let them think whatever they want to think. Let them think whatever they want to think, bro. You know, you have a particular freedom that you can have in this world, in this life, if you just think about what you want for once and think about who you want to be for once. And put the camera on you, put the focus on you. Don't put the focus on other people's opinions, man. They're not living your life. They don't eat what you eat. You know, they don't think how you think. They don't even breathe how you breathe. They don't walk how you walk. They don't talk how you talk. And they don't have your experiences. That's what's most important. You know what you're doing in this life, man, because you're you. And all you can be is you. All you could do is you. And focus on that.
I ain't gonna lie, that's been what I say the biggest challenge of my life. Is like put the focus on me. I always been the person that put the focus on everybody else, making sure everybody else is good. And I noticed throughout the years, it's like once you do that, you never put yourself in the equation. You start to realize as time passes, you don't got your own foundation because you so worried about the next person, how they may feel, how they may do this. But once you give that energy back and just put it towards you, you'll be amazed how much that you can do as a person. Get you give that energy to yourself. They say like it's a bad word to say selfish. It should be a new word because it's not really selfish. You just giving what's needed. You can help people. You can do that, but like there's a certain line that every person has to draw. It's like I need this energy. I can't give you this. I gotta give this to myself. And when I do that said energy, I have to have that mindset. I don't care what you feel when I'm choosing me. And that's a hard part.
Just want you to know that, man. Like, really, just truly start thinking about yourself. Not in a selfish way, but in a way of letting them assume whatever they have to
Exactly.
assume in order for them to be at peace, man. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna just keep being ourselves, no matter what anybody thinks. You know, you can think whatever you want, you can assume whatever you want. At the end of the day, results will show. You know what I'm saying? Results will show, man. I can assume how a product is going to work, right? I can buy a product, I can assume what it's going to be, but until I open up that product, until I play with that PS5 a little bit, and I see how smooth it is, and I see how the playback is, and I see how I'm able to score these jumpers on NBA 2K, then I have a true understanding for what's going on. You gotta let the critics talk. Oh, the PS5 ain't worth it. Remember that? People start playing with it, they get a taste of it, they see how it works for themselves, and now everybody want a PS5. And it's history now. It's like if you don't got one, then what you doing? You, you know, that's life, bro. Everybody's gonna have an opinion for anything that you're doing, but the results will show. Once you start living a better quality of life and they see that, it's like, oh, okay, I see what he was saying now. And that's all right. We have to forgive people for what they do not know. They have their own perspectives and they have their own opinions and they have their own life experiences that has led them to believe what they believe and assume what they assume, and we have our own, and we're going to make our own decisions, and we're going to move according to what we want to do on this earth. You feel what I'm saying? And the dreams and goals that we have. And if people don't understand that, that's okay. Forgive them, for they do not know. They are not doing the work that you're doing. They do not have the experiences that you have. They have.
And that's another thing. Like you said, they don't know what you know. And at the same breath, like people change throughout their time period of life. So it's like you can't fault anybody for viewing you for the person who they know you as. If you was a certain type of person that was late to things, or you were a certain type of person that was probably messy, but now you're working on it. Instead of it being 80% of the time you do that said thing, it's down to like 15 to 10. Once that moment happens again, you're still viewed in a certain type of light, but someone new may view you in this type of light. Like I said, you can't really judge people for viewing you a certain type of way from the person that you are. I've learned throughout time, for real, it's like the results. Like you can talk, you can say this, but it's going to take results, and it might take time. Like you said, like you just said, like with that, it's going to take time. So it's like, let them talk. Like you're going to have to just, as long as you know the GPS of where you want to go or how you want to do it, and the outside noise may say no. As long as you got an understanding, it's okay. Just let them talk. Take the tortoise route about it. Fuck the jackrabbit. You gotta do this. You gotta have this. Like, no, stay out the way. Stay down till you come up. When it's your time, it's your time. So it's like, yeah, I definitely agree with that. But just be mindful when you trying to change or when you doing this. Just be mindful that people who knew you or who think they know you are going to have the assumptions for that person that you were, not person who you are. You're trying to become someone new, but before you can turn to somebody new, you have to change the person that you are today. That's it.
Own experiences. They have their own set of eyes, and they have their own way of thinking, living, breathing, seeing the world, walking, talking. You feel what I'm saying? So why are you worried about someone else's perspective when you have your own perspective? The results will show. Once you live your life, man, the results will show. Once you do the things that you have to do, man, the results will show. Once you lock in on another level without worrying about the outside noise, the results shall show. I bless it that you continue to work hard. I bless it that you continue to focus. I bless it that you continue to do the things that's right. I bless it that you continue to focus on yourself and focus on the things that you want to do and focus your heart towards God. I bless it that for you. That's my prayer for you. That's my hope for you. But what I don't bless it, what I don't hope, what I don't want is for you to be out here doing things, man, and thinking about people and what they want you to do when it's not their life. It's yours.
Out of nowhere, something to blow up.
You gotta understand, people always gonna have an opinion about things that are not themselves, bro. Because most people don't do the mirror work, so most people don't hold up the mirror and see any type of reflection.
Like, man, imagine if you had your blow up and you wasn't ready to take it.
They don't do that.
You had the skills. That'd be tragic. You don't know if you can get another chance.
So in my last video, The Art of Waiting Your Turn, I talked about how imperative it is for you to not only wait your turn, but fall in love with the process so you can learn the lessons you need to acquire the things you want. And let me just say thank y'all so much for the love y'all showed on that video. It showed me how much we as humans can relate to each other on an everyday level that we often overlook. But on the other hand, I saw a bunch of comments pretty much complaining, saying how waiting your turn means waiting forever, and that's something that only the middle class and up can afford, or the only people that applies to is the people that made it. And there's hundreds of stories of people who waited for their turn who never won, so why should they wait? And that's honestly a great question. Why should you wait your turn when so many people before you have tried, waited, and failed? And my answer to you is, you tell me. That sounds like a person who is either not working hard enough, smart enough, or outright just lazy. See, a lot of people, they aren't waiting for their turn. They're actually waiting for somebody else's turn. They wait for their parents' turn of what they want them to be. Maybe your parents want you to be a lawyer and go to a nice college, or they want you to be an amazing football player so they can brag to you about their friends. Or these same people, they're waiting for money, views, and validation. So they wait for their story in life to unfold like Kai Cenat or Duke Dennis. And when that doesn't come for whatever it is they want to do in life, they think they waited for no reason, when in all actuality, they were waiting for the wrong reason. Hence, waiting your turn. But really, the universe holds us back from being successful in certain things so we don't end up tied down to things that, while on the outside look successful and fun, leave us spiritually dead from the inside, which a lot of celebrities and creators are. A lot of people chase after others' dreams because they see it makes money, or they get validation from it, or the change, or whatever it is. That's not waiting your turn, which is also why you aren't happy in the process. When you're chasing something you love, while yes, you will have your days, you should be happy.
They do is they just look and judge.
If it
don't have
doesn't,
nothing
then
to
it's
do with
not
the
your true
process,
religion.
don't know what it takes to do anything that you're trying to do, but they got so much to say on what you're trying to do. That's why you got to let them assume. And you have to forgive them, man. There's no need to be hateful, or there's no need to be hurt. You know, you might be hurt in the moment, but as you grow that wisdom and that understanding, and hopefully this video helps you to do that, you start to recognize and realize, oh, everybody is just a product of their own experiences. Everybody is just a product of what they saw or what they believe. People are not aware that you can live a different life.
And that's very true. Like I have to check my own self, because like there was people that was in my life that said certain things, and I was hurt by these words. I was like, damn. I felt like bad, like I felt like sad about these certain things. Because like I can't blame anybody for having any type of thoughts that say, oh, what you can't, this, content, music, life, you know. It's whether it is, it's like, you know what? Instant gratification. We only judge off the things that we currently doing in life. So even though as a person you may have a goal to try to do something,
That's normally what stops a lot of people from realizing their dreams. Somebody who realized this early on and got out of it was Kanye West, who started out as a producer for a lot of artists in the early 2000s, but wanted to be a rapper. Except nobody believed in him. They told him to stay in his lane. It's funny saying that now, because it's like Kanye literally does any and everything. But they wanted him to just continuing to be a producer, since he was really good at that for them. But see, Kanye felt that by being a successful producer and making all these amazing beats and songs for all these other artists, he would never be fulfilled internally, because he would always be contributing to somebody else's dream instead of his own, which was to make his own hits. So Kanye stopped producing as much for some of the biggest artists at the time, like Jay-Z, and started to then take his talents and produce for himself. He went everywhere promoting his music. He didn't care whether you listened.
You're choosing to live life how you want. Most people choose to live life how other people chose to live life, and that family dynamic or that friendship dynamic is more about telling people how to live than it is you truly living. You know, I had a conversation, my wife and I actually had a conversation with an amazing young lady that we met. And I mean, we were all young, but we met her because we were doing something for our business. And she said, it's unfortunate that it took me so many years to understand that I don't have to live my life how other people want me to live my life. And she said, it took me so long to finally get that and understand that.
If you have an opportunity to make a living at exactly what you dream about,
I just want y'all to understand that from now.
If the opportunity isn't there,
her saying those words were so inspiring, because it's like I was looking at somebody that's finally free. And it's like, yeah, welcome to the club of freedom. And not freedom as in you're doing whatever you want, but the freedom of not caring about the opinions of others, not because you don't care about others, but because you understand that everybody has their own way of life and their own perspective. And in my opinion, as long as you are on the path of righteousness, you're not hurting anybody, and you form some sort of relationship with the Most High, then you are on a good path. You're on a better path than most. Doesn't mean that you're better than anybody. It just means that you're on a different path, and in my opinion, a better path for the way that I particularly see life. To live a righteous life is to live a good life. And you know, having some morals attached with that, integrity attached with that, standing for things and believing in certain things and not believing in other things, choosing your way that works for you. That's important. So
is how quick they are to give you an excuse. Only middle class people can afford to chase dreams. This person's only successful because of his connections or because he's this race. I got a job and a family to feed, so I can't chase my dreams. So tell me how 50 Cent, at the age of 25, got shot, lived in the hood, mom was killed at a young age, lost his record deal for being shot, mouth wired shut, and had a newborn son and a girl to feed, bounced back from all of that, get another deal, achieved his dream, and said fuck you to the who tried to kill him while doing it laughing. Now, of course, that is God without a doubt.
It could.
But it's because he didn't let anything stop him. He didn't let anything tell him or any situation define how far he believes he could go in life. And more importantly, he waited his turn.
Taking certain risk. And like most of like the successful people and certain type of things, you gotta go off the cliff. You gotta take a leap of faith in certain things, especially in this type of environment. What I'm doing right now, it's like that's a leap. You putting yourself out there. You're going in a certain type of direction, and it's easy to be discouraged. This video could probably get 4 views, but I know it's not about right now. It's about how many views it's not how many videos I drop. Like, it's not about how many views this gets. It's my main concern is how many videos I dropped in that week. Because the cumulative video is going to be better. Omnipresence is going to be the thing. But yeah, like I said, he makes good content. If you just driving on the road and you just hearing something, like just get your mind right, definitely listen to him. But yeah, this is Rolling with Vito signing out. Y'all know the saying.
You